Hello and welcome to the seventh and final video in my 7-part free podcasting course. We covered so much. We started with the very basics, and then I took you through my 5-step system for building and launching a podcast. And I want to give you my very best podcasting advice, which I saved for the very end. So let's jump right into it. This is the advice. If you want to be successful as a podcaster, you need to know your why, go where there's demand, don't obsess over the tech, be responsive to feedback, and stay consistent. So I treat this as sort of a mantra of podcasting. If you can do all of this effectively, you're going to have success with your podcast. So let's go through these real quick. Know your why. Remember back in the second video in this course, Defining Your Idea, I talked about starting with why. If you haven't read Start With Why by Simon Sinek or seen his video on the topic of the same name, it's really, really good because it shows you how important it is to focus on your why. Why do you want to be a podcaster? Why do you want to do this? So if you do that, when things get tough, and they will get tough as a podcaster, you'll know why you're doing this, and that'll sort of help you continue. So always know your why. Second, go where there is demand. Podcasting is great because there's a lot of demand for it, and because there's a slightly higher barrier to entry, it's a little bit more difficult to start a podcast than it is to start a blog. You have more opportunity there because there's more demand or more potential demand. So that's why you need to go where the demand is. And so this means that right now the demand is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, but 3 years ago, Spotify wasn't really in the podcasting space like it is today. So as things change, you need to keep an eye out on where the demand is. I'll give you a real quick example. In the last few months, I've seen a lot of interest in a platform called Podchaser. And Podchaser, I think it's podchaser.com. I see it come up again and again in the Facebook groups on podcasting and in emails and on shows. People are mentioning it. They're mentioning it a lot more. So this is something that is very popular right now. So you need to go build a profile and claim your podcast on Podchaser. But a year from now, maybe it'll be something else. So you need to be focused on where the demand is and go try to get your show promoted wherever that place or whatever's hot at the moment in the podcasting space. The third thing here is not to obsess over the tech. I know I sort of covered this in a lot of detail earlier in the course, but just pick a microphone, pick recording software, pick a host that's reliable and run with it. Don't try to get everything perfect with the right mixer and this and that, because at the end of the day, the content is more important than the sound quality. People will put up with sound quality issues, although you should try to avoid them. But for the most part, people will put up with a few little hiccups here and there as long as your content is good and you're either entertaining them or educating them or whatever it is that's the purpose of your show. Next up, you need to be responsive to feedback. This means you need to welcome criticism. You need to get feedback on your shows. You need to have a lot of people leave reviews, because reviews are great not only for getting you up in the rankings, but they're great for giving you some feedback on how to change your show too. So negative reviews are okay because it's going to help you learn how to improve your show, which will eventually get you more followers and more subscribers. So try to get as much feedback as you can, even if it's feedback from your guest. That's also really important. I try to ask my guests, what can I do to be a better podcast host? And I've gotten some really good feedback. And last but not least, stay consistent. I'm sure we've all seen podcasts where they have like 3 episodes or 10 episodes, and it's like 5 years ago. And then you see there's nothing, radio silence. And what happens is people get burned out because they put in all this work, they don't see the results right away, and they get burned out and they give up. I would much prefer you to do 1 podcast episode every 2 months if you do it consistently for years than if you were to do an episode every day for 30 days and then give up. So consistency is the name of the game. I've been doing this now for I think 5 years. It's really something that you have to do the long game. And the way that I've remained consistent partially is thanks to my ability to outsource some of the stuff I didn't really like doing, like editing. So whatever it is that you don't find enjoyable, whether it's booking guests, coming up with topics, editing your shows, distributing your shows, whatever, try to outsource whatever it is you don't like so that you can then focus on what you do like. So that's where sites like Fiverr and Upwork and virtual assistants and all that type of stuff can really come in handy. So this is really my best podcasting advice, all wrapped up into one sentence, and it's to know your why, go where there is demand, don't obsess over the tech, be responsive to feedback, and stay consistent. So that's going to do it for this course. I hope you learned a lot in these 7 videos. It was a lot of work, but also a lot of fun to put together. So if you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button, because this channel is new, but I have a lot more planned both on the podcasting side and just in general with marketing and growing your business. And I would definitely appreciate you giving some love to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. That's going to help support the channel. And if you want to check out my podcast, you could check out Growth Marketing Toolbox. You could check out my latest podcast, which is a whole new series called the Growth Marketer Podcast. So if you just search for Growth Marketer Podcast in your favorite app, that should come up. And if you want to get even more marketing tips, my very best tips are reserved for my newsletter. It's going out every single week. And so simply go to growthmarketer.co or click the link in the description. You can sign up. You can unsubscribe at any time. But really what's cool about this is I share my very best tips, insights, tools, and interviews with other growth marketers on this list. So check out growthmarketer.co and subscribe to the Growth Marketer Weekly newsletter. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and good luck with your podcast. Take care.